Awa N'Uhoro, the royal dog who became a deity. My children, lean closer to the fire. Let the night be our witness. Let the moon carry my words. For what I will tell you tonight is no ordinary tale. It is the story of Awa N'Uhoro, a dog whose courage shook kingdoms, whose loyalty bent the will of a king, and whose spirit lives forever among the gods. This is no fable. It happened in the days when the Benin Empire's walls stood unbroken and the 𝐕𝐢𝐝's voice could command the wind itself. The birth of Awa N'Uhoro. Long, long ago, in the time of 𝐕𝐢𝐝 I, when the Benin Empire stretched like the arms of a giant, there was born a dog unlike any other. He was not born in a palace. No, his first breath was drawn in a humble hunter's hut near the village of 𝐕𝐢𝐝, a settlement known for its brave warriors and skilled craftsmen. The hunter, 𝐕𝐢𝐝, named the puppy Awa, meaning the one who sees far, because from the day the puppy opened his eyes, he seemed to watch the world with the calm gaze of an elder. His ears twitched at the faintest sound, his nose caught scents others could not smell, and his legs, oh, his legs could outrun the fastest gazelle in the forest. From his youth, Awa showed a strange understanding of human speech. If 𝐕𝐢𝐝 told him, "Wait here," Awa would sit unmoving until his master returned, even if night fell. If 𝐕𝐢𝐝 pointed to a path and said, "Find it," Awa would vanish into the trees and return with exactly what was asked, be it a wounded bird, a missing goat, or a lost child. The dog who met the 𝐕𝐝𝐝. One season, 𝐕𝐢𝐝 was summoned to the capital city of Edo to deliver rare leopard skins to the 𝐕𝐝𝐝's court. He brought Awa along for protection, for the road to the capital was long and thick with dangers, from prowling leopards to human thieves. When they arrived, the market buzzed like a hive. Drums beat from the palace walls. The 𝐕𝐝𝐝's messengers moved through the crowd with the grace of leopards, and it was here that Awa's destiny began to unfold. The story goes that as 𝐕𝐢𝐝 approached the palace gates, a palace guard mocked him for bringing a dog to such a holy place. But before the man could finish his insult, a wild bull, escaped from the royal stables, came charging through the gates. The crowd scattered in terror. The bull's eyes were red with rage, its horns sharp enough to gut a man. People screamed and leapt aside, but not Awa. In a flash, the dog darted forward, dodged the bull's deadly horns, and bit hard into its front leg. The bull stumbled, its rage broken, giving the palace guards enough time to tie it down. From the palace balcony, 𝐕𝐝𝐴WAR himself had watched the scene. His eyes narrowed with interest. "Bring me the dog," he commanded. When Awa was brought before him, tail high but eyes calm, the 𝐕𝐝𝐴 leaned forward. "This is no ordinary animal," he said. "Such courage belongs in the palace." And so, that very day, Awa N'Uhoro became the royal dog of Benin, the river that hates dogs. Now, my children, not all rivers are the same. Some carry only water, others carry spirits. And there was a river near 𝐕𝐢𝐝 known as Ovia, a river that hated dogs. The elders said no dog could drink from her waters without falling ill or vanishing. They said she had been insulted in the days of the ancients, when a pack of wild dogs defiled her sacred bank. Since then, Ovia's spirit had cursed all of their kind. One night, as Awa slept in the royal courtyard, he dreamed. In the dream, the river spoke to him. Her voice was like water over stones. "Awa N'Uhoro," she said, "you are not like the others. You have courage, you have loyalty, but your paws will one day touch my waters, and when they do, you will belong to me." Awa woke with a shiver. He told no one, not even the 𝐕𝐝𝐴, but deep in his heart, he knew the river's call was real. The War of the Northern Pass. It was in those days that the 𝐕𝐝𝐴's enemies from the north began to threaten the empire's borders. They were fierce warriors from across the Niger, armed with poisoned arrows and burning hatred for Benin. The 𝐕𝐝𝐴 called his generals, and among them was a strange suggestion: send Awa ahead as a spy. At first, the court laughed. A dog? To spy on men? But 𝐕𝐝𝐴 silenced them. "You have seen what this dog can do. His nose is keener than yours, his ears sharper, and no man suspects a dog of carrying secrets. And so began Awa N'Uhoro's work as the 𝐕𝐢𝐝's most trusted spy. Behind enemy lines, under the cover of night, Awa would slip from the camp, his black and brown coat blending with the shadows. He would creep into enemy camps, lying near their fires, pretending to be a stray seeking food. But all the while, his ears drank every word. When the wind carried the sound of war drums, he would listen to the rhythm and learn their signals. When enemy chiefs spoke of ambushes, Awa would memorize the location. Then he would vanish into the bush and race back to the 𝐕𝐝's camp, where a scratch at the king's tent flap was the signal. "I have news." More than once, his warning saved the royal army from traps. The generals began to salute him as they would a fellow soldier. The greatest mission. But one day the 𝐕𝐝 sent him on a mission that would test his courage beyond measure. The enemy had built a secret supply route through the mountains, guarded by warriors day and night. If Benin could destroy it, the war would end quickly. But to do that, they needed to know exactly where it lay. Awa was sent alone. For 3 days and nights he crossed rivers, avoided hunters, and followed the faint scent of foreign men through the highlands. He found the road, counted the guards, and even learned the time of their changing shifts. But on his way back, the path brought him to the banks of the 𝐕𝐝 River. The river claims her due. The current was fast, swollen by rains. Enemy scouts were close. Their voices echoed through the trees. There was no other way across. The river spoke again, louder than before. "Awa N'Uhoro, your paws have come to my waters. The time has come." He leapt in, the cold biting his body. The current pulled at him like strong hands, but with every ounce of strength, he reached the far bank, just long enough to drop the leaf-wrapped message of the enemy's road before a waiting messenger. Then the river's pull became stronger, and Awa vanished beneath the waves. The deification of Awa N'Uhoro. When the 𝐕𝐝 heard of his fate, he was shocked. As an emperor, the people of Benin were very unhappy as well. The war was won using the information Awa had gathered, and in gratitude, 𝐕𝐝 ordered that Awa N'Uhoro be honored as a deity. A shrine was built near the 𝐸horo. Offerings of meat and palm oil were laid there, and his name was called in times of war for courage and loyalty. Hunters prayed to him before setting out. Mothers told their children, "Be like Awa N'Uhoro, faithful until the last breath." And so, my children, the storyteller's voice lowers, this is why in the villages near 𝐸horo you will still see the little carved figure of a dog beside some doorways. It is not just any dog. It is Awa N'Uhoro, the royal spy, the river's chosen, the dog who became a god. Remember his name, for loyalty such as his comes only once in 1,000 years.